I would just be careful with playing too much on the cracked part, because you're talking about a kid that grew up. Recently, we were seeing the Nike commercial when he was a teenager.
It's a great ad, man.
But since he's been 15, this kid, he had some hardships in his life personally. So cracking to him and what he's talking about, he's just talking about losing his cool, interjecting his personality, interjecting his basketball IQ, interjecting what I think should be done, which he has done several other times. He's made mistakes doing this, but he realized in making this transition and going west to the Lakers, man, I got to do some trusting. I got to trust Magic Johnson.
Yes.
He's going to get the right player. I got to trust that Magic's right about Luke Walton, or at least I got to let it play out without me getting involved to be able to alter the course of the team. So that's what I think that LeBron is actually talking about. But we can't forget what a huge transition that he's been through. 8 years being in the finals, 4 in Miami, 4 there in Cleveland, moving his whole family, taking on this new project. Nick, is this the youngest team he's ever played with?
Since his rookie year. And it's other than his rookie year, it's far and away the youngest. It's every team he played with in Miami or the second stint in Cleveland, the average age was at least 28. The average age of this team's 25.
That's why I believe in being able to get the buyout of Tyson Chandler, not just because of a defensive and someone to have, because they were having low post problems, but to have someone who LeBron can identify with. They have history together on the Olympic team, someone who's older, someone who's a little more mature compared to, man, all these young first-round picks and everything. I believe it was very, very important. I believe you could see that even in the celebration in the game-winning block against the Hawks the other night. So I believe where LeBron is, he's trying to stay out of it, Jenna. He's trying to let everything run its course, because he doesn't want to make a mistake and realize, I don't want to overreact in the short term, realizing the long term what we're trying to do here.
That is exactly right. When he says cracked, what he means is stray from the plan. The plan was to see who Luke Walton is, and the only way you can see that is to run his stuff. You know what I mean? If you're not going to learn who your leader is if you're not following his leadership. The plan was to let Ingram and Kuzma and Lonzo at times, or Josh Hart, whomever, to have shots at these end-of-game situations. To not just say whatever our offense is, it's going to become LeBron ISO or LeBron high pick and roll every possession down the court for the final 4 minutes. It is to let these guys have moments. But when you're 2-5, and when you are seeing, wait, our team is struggling and losing winnable games. And one of the reasons that I keep bringing up what the Cavs are doing is because I know the folks around LeBron are seeing the Cavs at 1-11, and I'm sure LeBron is also seeing the Cavs at 1-11 and being like, man, that team won 50 games. You know why? Because of me.
Yes.
I could, at any point, do for this team what I was doing for that Cavs team. Now, maybe the win total will be different because it's tougher out west, but which is everything late in games comes down to me.
Yep.
But he wasn't worried about anyone on that Cavs team developing into their best version of the NBA player, because none of those guys mattered as far as what he was doing moving forward. And that year, if they were going to compete in the playoffs, it was going to have to go through him anyway.
And one reason why LeBron should be patient in this situation is, if you look at the young players, they're actually better with LeBron. And people will wonder, well, why would you question that? Last year, the Cavs made 2 different sets of trades. And those players, they were not at their best with LeBron on the court. And so that effect on the organization, LeBron could see this, that, you know something, these younger players, I can be patient, because Ingram, he is better with LeBron playing this more reduced role. Kuzma has thrived the best. He's the best to me of the younger players. And even Lonzo, as much as you might want to criticize some aspects of his game, it's not because LeBron. All right, so they're going to have to make up their mind on these talents on their own and realizing, do we move forward with these 3 younger players?
Quickly, LeBron knows this, and Luke Walton knows this, Magic Johnson knows this, Nick Wright knows this. Do those players know what he's doing? Do they know that when he relinquishes a little bit of the LeBron at the end of games, it's because he's trying to?
Well, I think you'd have to be...
How much of what he said resonates?
I think you'd have to be foolish not to. And I think here's the thing. They will certainly know the opposite. If he stops doing it, if all of a sudden at the end of games it's you stand in that corner, you stand in that corner, you come set a screen, every time down the court, they'll see it. And now, it could, in the short term, I do believe in the short term, that would, instead of being 7-6, if you'd been doing that, I think you're probably 9-4. But it is not about your exact seeding in the West this year. It is about, man, they probably could have got Kawhi. But they waited a year on getting a guy because they think Ingram can be a star. They think Lonzo can be a star. You don't not trade for Kawhi to then not let those guys develop. That would be straying from the plan. That would be cracking. And that would be LeBron, as he said, losing his patience. The only thing LeBron's done that's straight for the plan so far this year is call up James Jones and be like, hey, champ, Tyson Chandler said you're going to buy him out in a few months.
Yeah, had to call in one of them favorites.
I'm going to need that right now, man. I'm going to need you to go buy him out right now, man.
Can't wait till before the All-Star break.
They can't wait anymore. No problem, Bron. We got you, man.
We got to take a break. Coming up, should Doug Peterson be blaming himself for the Eagles' struggles? Next on First Things First. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.